Alright, hello! This is Moon Kitty with a pretty quick video, or at least quick for me to make, but maybe not one that's going to be too short. It's interesting how that works out. Usually the things that are the quickest for me to make are the ones that end up being, the longest. Anyway, this is unrecorded. Wait, no. It's unscripted, and you can tell that it's unscripted by the fact that I said this. This is a Warrior Cats / Warriors book cover tier list that I'm going to do, and I found it because someone in my Patreon server, I'll post it on screen, wanted me to do one. So here we go. I did go through and add a couple of the books that were not here yet, basically everything that came after 2022, but I think otherwise this is mostly complete, and if there are a few missing, I don't blame them because there's so many books. So what we're looking at here is the covers, not the quality of the book, but the quality of the book cover. So I am going to start, well, I'm going to start pretty vaguely. I'm not going to name any of these tiers yet. I'm just going to go for it. So the first one we see is Tiger Heart Shadow, and I don't like Tiger Heart's Eyes and Tiger Heart Shadow, but it's not one of the worst ones ever. So we're going to go with a C tier here. Crowfeather, however, ugly. We're gonna go an F, because that is a bad-looking face that he's got there. Squirrelflight's Hope, I don't like her body. I really don't like her body. I think that is a worse one than Tiger Heart for sure. Graystripe's Vow, I think, is one of the better-ish drawings that we've got as far as the new team books. Not new team, but, well, actually, the new team kind of correlates with the new artist, but new artist books go. Leopard Star looks like a wet cat. Not terribly fond of her, but she's not the worst in the world. Oh, and there's Old Crooked Star's Promise, which is a very cute cover. I'm going to put that in A. Old Bramble Star's Storm is, well, while it's cute, the cat on the cover is definitely a kitten. And that's Bramble Star. It's not Bramble Paw or anything. So he's a little bit too young to be there. Moth Flight cover, not very appealing. Likewise, while I think genetically it's not that far removed from the Graystripe and Tiger Star covers, Hawkwing's eyes are pretty lopsided, so he gets to go down here. Tall Star's Revenge, I think, is one of the less good old covers. Not the worst in the world, but I don't really like the look of his face. Hello, Bramble Star again. Here's River, which is a pretty recent one. I think as far as new book covers go, this is pretty good. You can, like, see paws and stuff. The cats look okay. I know that some of them are kind of copy-pasted, but otherwise, they're fine. Right, next up is Sky. Sky looks worse than River, but not horrible. Oh, wait, no. Look at, Fidget Flake's face is kind of weird. I'm gonna put him into this D-ish tier here. I think Shadow looks better than that, so I'll put that. Well, okay, I think that she's actually kind of cute on Shadow, so I'm gonna put Shadow up here. Let's see. The Sun Trail, that's an okay-looking cover. The Old Sun Trail. While I'm not really terribly fond of Greywing's face, I'll put him up here because I really like the backdrop to this book, even if the cat's face is kind of zoning out. This is one of the worst old covers. Thunder looks like a taxidermy. He can go all the way down here. Thunder Rising, pretty good looking book. Let's see. No, I'm gonna put it up here. Looks okay, the new First Battle, that's fine. The old First Battle, S. Unquestionably S. That is one of the better ones. The new Blazing Star, not... Starflower Your Face. And I know, looks a lot like this one, but a little bit squished-er. More squished. Not squished-er. Slightly more squished. The old Blazing Star, again, one of the less good old covers, but it's no Thunder Rising because that guy's face is scary. I'm not fond of the way this cat looks either. It's just distant. It's like it's not all there. Path of Stars. Yeah, I don't want to put it any higher than that. Again, it's really just like, how uncanny does this cat look? How strange and wet does this cat look? This is a pretty good cover. It's cute. I know that Clear Sky looks very miserable back there. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, be able to put any pictures of it up on the screen, but That clear sky looks very sad. If you take a peek at him, they show like a big scene. They look cute. Secrets of the Clans. This is an okay cover. I'm gonna put it right up here. Cats of the Clans. Yeah, okay cover. Code of the Clans. I kind of want to put it above those just because it was very cool looking when I was a kid. I was like, wow. That's a pretty cover, you know? Like, the sunset, all the cats are sitting there. It's very determined. It's not as loose and floaty as these guys are. We've got, Battles of the Clans. I'm not really as crazy about this one. Mostly because of Tawny Pelt back there. Or what I think is Tawny Pelt. Probably Tawny Pelt. And, Enter the Clans. Oh yeah, this is a picture from one of the other ones. I never had this book. This particular one, I think it's a combination of the older field guides, but I do like this picture fine. And these aren't in any order, these guys. I'm just kind of putting them in the categories. The categories are the only order that I am allowing here. I think that the ultimate guide is kind of not memorable. This doesn't look good. This can go all the way down here. This looks like an intern threw it together. I always thought that the colors were a bit too muted on them. So I'm going to put them in D, just because I never really thought that they looked particularly good. I think that the new ones look really good, but not these ones so much. I don't know what to do with these, because, like, okay, you know what, new tier. Yeah, and we're just going to shove all of these novella covers in there. Okay, now we're into fun stuff. Here's, I love putting them next to each other like this. Here's one of the more hideous early new covers, Midnight. Right next to Midnight, which is a pretty good-looking book. Likewise, another hideous cover, Moonrise, next to a very memorable book, very good-looking book as well. Dawn, you know, I would say this is actually an okay cover for a new cover. You're not looking right up Squirrelflight's nose or right into her mouth like you are in Midnight or Moonrise, so I will give Dawn, this is pretty okay for a new cover. You know what? I'm looking at River again, and next to Shadow especially, it's going down one. Okay. Dawn, the old Dawn, I'm not terribly fond of. We can put that in, not that, but like, yeah, C, I guess. Right next to the other Dawn. They can be together. Starlight is a good-looking book. That goes right up into S. I want to make another category, actually. It's called, best. That's best. We're going to put Starlight right here. And it's going to be called Very Good. Starlight, that's another looking up the nose picture. Bad cover. And this one, oh, okay. Like, okay, it is the same picture as the one on Midnight, obviously. But this one is so much worse somehow. She just, like, they took her and they dragged her downwards. Not great. So, yeah, Leaf Pool right there. The old Twilight is kind of hard because that backdrop is my favorite backdrop, I think, in all of Warrior Cats, but that crow feather is very not good looking. So this is gonna go into all right, because if it was just the backdrop, it'd be in best. And if it was just the crow feather, it'd be like getting a bit weird. Or maybe bad cover. I'm not fond of Sunset. It's okay. It's not that there's like a super big problem with this cover. It's just a kind of unappealing face. So we're gonna put this in. Doesn't look bad, but is boring. I think. You know, no, because like I think that category. This is getting it bad. That goes in here. There we go. Old Sunset is a great cover. Very good. Okay, here we go. Into the Wild. And I'm looking up Rusty's nose. Really, okay. It's not that bad, but it is. Yeah, no, it is not great. I'm gonna put it into bad cover because I don't like it. I just don't, and especially not compared to this, which is a pretty good one. All right, Fire and Ice. Getting a bit weird, I think. Fire and Ice itself, we can put in. I want to say nice too, yeah, because it's not amazing, but it's pretty good. And likewise, these guys are I do think that these original covers are. You know what? Okay. New row. I'm going to add a row above, and it's going to be called To Be Fair, There's Not Too Much Wrong Here. Strictly in the doesn't look bad but is boring, because that's just a close-up of a cat's face. There's nothing telling me anything about Forest of Secrets on this cover. Not likewise, this Forest of Secrets goes all the way up and very good, because that's good. That's memorable, you know? You look at that and you go, ah, yes, that's a book. And I could be saying that out of nostalgia, but, you know, happens. And here we are with Yellowfang, who is, So, with these two Rising Storm covers, one of them is the original and one of them is the paperback. The paperback cover, I think, is much less cute than the original cover. Yeah, doesn't look bad, but it's a bit boring. Let's Fireheart and Cloudtail, which is very cute, can go in nice, because it's cute. Looking up Blue Star's nose, definitely getting a bit weird. No, you know what? No, it's a bad cover. It's a bad cover. That's what it is. A Dangerous Path is a very memorable cover, and nostalgia's just screaming out. Okay, yep, bad cover. I'm gonna put Fireheart in getting a bit weird, and then Firestar goes into bad cover, because seeing them next to each other is like, you know, this isn't so bad when it's anywhere near this. Nose shot, up the nose shot there. The Old Darkest Hour, it's good. It's a good book. It looks good. Fourth Apprentice. I think the new one is definitely one of the better new team covers. Just don't look too close at Dovewing's paw under the text. Actually, you should. You should totally look at Dovewing's paw. It's really weird. Alright, so Dovewing herself. Actually, the thing is that I wrote a video vaguely recently about the covers, but I haven't finished composing it because it's going to be a big one. So I have a lot of opinions that I'm actually just trying to, like that came from things I discovered during that video. So if I discover Dovewing's paw during that video, it's because I did. It's just not out yet. It's taking a while. So, this Dovewing isn't a very pretty kitty. I don't think that the cover's boring, per se. I think it's getting a bit weird. She's just a little bit lopsided. New Fading Echoes, doesn't look bad, but is boring. Old Fading Echoes, I like this cover fine. I think this is an alright cover. Yeah, you know what? Dovewing isn't actually that weird. I can't, like, look at her next to these guys and say, oh yeah, that's a bit weird. No, she's alright. She's fine. She can sit with Ivypool. Night Whispers, that's okay. That's a fine cover. Night Whispers 2, again, it's okay. It's fine. I'm not really having too many troubles with that one. These guys end up looking a little similar in the way that the new covers do, but they're not bad looking. The Sign of the Moon cover, this is okay. It just looks better. Old Sign of the Moon, not a great cover. Not terrible either, though. New Forgotten Warrior is okay. That's an alright cover. That's fine. Old Forgotten Warrior, I don't like this leaf pool. Whenever I see this leaf pool, I'm like, why did you trace that? Not trace. No, why did you reference that cat? You know, it's not bad. It's getting a bit weird. It's definitely getting a bit weird. The Last Hope, not great, but nothing wrong with it either. And the new Last Hope is boring. The Sight, looking right up Jay Feather's nose. I guess it's okay though because Jay Feather's kind of a creep. I'm gonna put that in getting a bit weird, even though it's very similar to these guys with the nose looking. The Sight. I'm nostalgic for it, but I am understanding immediately that it's not like it's not super interesting. Dark River. I think that the new Dark River cover is probably one of the better ones. I'm gonna put him in alright. not super interesting or anything, but definitely better than a lot of the other guys. And then we have Old Dark River cover, which is still not interesting, and, you know, basically the same. Basically the same, kind of lets you know what's going on, but not really. New Outcast, that's definitely like a looking up the nose thing. I'm gonna say getting a bit weird. And Old Outcast is, it's alright. I think that it summarizes the book pretty well. It's not my favorite book, but it's not ugly. This, oh, is this supposed to be Soul on the cover of this eclipse? Like, no, it's nobody. It's horrible. So let's, no, this is a bad cover. There's an eclipse on it, and I appreciate that, but everything else about the cover is like, who the heck even is this guy? Old Eclipse, It's really hard to, separate this cover from cruddy forum avatars, but it's not super great either, but it's definitely not ugly, so it can go into, to be fair, there's not too much wrong here. New Long Shadows and Old Long Shadows. Old Long Shadows is one of the worst old covers, but not the worst old cover. We're gonna put that into, getting a bit weird, and you know what? Changing my mind about the old gray stripe covers. There doesn't look bad, but is a bit boring, for sure. Because they don't look bad. The art doesn't look bad. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just, you know, really muted and not very... They're not going to catch your eye, you know? And, yeah, no, actually, this one could. So this one goes up. These guys stay down here. Alright, Old Ashfur. New Ashfur. This is New Ashfur. I like that Ashfur's on the cover because Ashfur feels more relevant. I don't think that he looks super good, but, I think that that's a good choice. I think that it's, if I was looking for the Long Shadows book and they didn't have any text on them, that would be the one I grabbed for sure. And yeah, this sunset doesn't look bad, but is boring. And it's also like a holly leaf with a white muzzle. Old Sunrise. That is a okay book. I don't really like the background painting. It's alright. Definitely alright. Blurred version, but they look basically the same. I would say that this guy is not too much wrong here. Actually, you know what? No. This guy's better. This guy's alright. These ones are still kind of, well, okay, they've got scenes on them. I think that they look a bit better than the gray stripe ones, so we can put them in, yeah, nothing much wrong here. Yeah. Firestar's Quest, the original Firestar's Quest. I think that this is a fine book. This is okay. Likewise, the versions of the covers that have the surrounding plastic, I'm just gonna put in doesn't look bad but is boring. Yeah, actually this guy too. Doesn't look bad but is boring. All the new Super Edition looking things. Blue Star. Blue Star, Blue Star. We've got 3 Blue Stars Prophecy. This is definitely going into doesn't look bad but is boring. And the old Blue Star is probably one of the better covers, I would say. I'm gonna put it in best because it looks good. That picture isn't a very good picture of it, but if you were to unwrap the book and look at it, it looks a lot better than that. This new Blue Star, really bad cover. Genuinely, it's unrecognizable and strange. SkyClan's Destiny is alright. It's fine. New SkyClan's Destiny is, boring, I guess. New Crooked Star's Promise, definitely getting a bit weird, a little strange. Like, they just didn't know how they were going to do the jaw, so they kind of just shadowed it out. Old Yellowfang's Secret is a very good looking book. I love that cover. New Yellowfang's Secret. It's a bad cover. New Tall Star's Revenge, bad cover. You know what? No, really bad cover, because those eyes, that face. New Bramble Star Storm is definitely, yeah, just doesn't look bad, but is boring. Definitely getting a bit weird. His face is too strange to be up there in the boring category. And likewise, this Crow Feather is ugly. Oh, they've got the blue version and the red version. I stand by that the blue version is okay, and the red version is absolutely terrible. It's Like why would you... Like, this is contrast, you know? He's an orange-ish color here, and, well, more of a light brown. And the backdrop to the book is all blue, and it looks a lot better. And when you make it red, it just clashes. It clashes with his fur. So this is better. This is a great cover. Fantastic. Very good. These are just fine. And now we're getting into some taxidermy territory a little bit. So this guy is definitely going in. How did they get away with making this so ugly? His face, his eyes, he looks crumpled and wrinkled and like elderly almost, like an elderly animal, not like an elderly person. This shadow sight is very, very ugly. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, this Bristlefrost looks great. Like, this, unquestionably, is, I think, the best new cover. No contest whatsoever. But then we go right back to kind of weird-looking cats. Like, Squirrelflight gets stung by a bee. Squirrelflight stung by a bee is definitely getting a bit weird. And this ash fur is... It's okay. He's alright. This one looks kind of bad. It's getting a bit weird as well. Rise of Scourge. I think that the Rise of Scourge looks pretty okay. We can put that in alright. The art style is getting a bit weird. This is a bit strange. The Apprentice's Quest is not a good cover. Okay, I like that there are multiple cats on it, but I do not like that the lighting is so harsh that I can't tell who they are, and I don't like the way that their faces look. So, bad cover, The Apprentice's Quest. Likewise, Thunder and Shadow. They've got, like, their eyes are kind of bulging out. Their faces are kind of bony. It's strange. Not terribly fond of these. Shattered Sky, I think this is actually a pretty good cover. This can go into alright. Then we've got Darkest Night, which, it doesn't look bad, but is boring. Like, you can't even tell. You look at Darkest Night, you don't know what Warrior Cat book that is. Nobody will. River of Fire is like a direct clone of another one. Yep. They can go next to each other, because they're both fine. They're just, you know, the same cover twice. I think, this one's hard, because I think that Twig Branch looks okay, and then Violet Shine looks weird. I'm gonna put that into getting a bit weird. This is a good cover. I like this one. I'm gonna put that in nice. These look great. They look great. Where's the other one? It looks great. It's fantastic. I'm gonna put it right up here. Alright, this is the new book Star, which I think is hideous, but not the worst that Warrior Cats has to offer, even though her butt and her body don't look like they're the same part. Then, a little bit worse is Ivy Pool's Heart, where she is literally a neck sprouting from the ground, and her head is squished up here. It's terrible. Leaf Star. Leaf Star, Leaf Star. Right next to each other. There we go. The new Rise of Scourge cover looks terrible. They did not color this well. They didn't try. Like, you can see stray pixels inside this Scourge. Like, they don't know what a multiply layer is. This wind would almost be okay. Almost. If Splashtail's body wasn't a, you ever see a Muppet, but, like, empty? That's what Splashtail looks like here. And also, the face on this... I think it's Whistlepaw, or no, it was Frostpaw. This is Frostpaw, and she is ugly. Ugly cat. Riverstar's home is an okay-looking cat. That's a fine cat. I don't think there's anything too wrong with him. And then the Thunder cover is ugly. It's not even Finchlight's eyes, which I think are funny. It's Sunbeam's entire head and body. And this is a great cover. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Right up here. And, let me take one more look at this real quick. Yeah, I'm going to add a new category, and it's going to be below this one. And that is where I'm going to drag the Omen of the Stars kids. And Dark River. And Shattered Skies. I think that there's a couple I kind of want to rescue from the To Be Fair pile, like Riverstar, Battles of the Clans, and yeah, I'm making a new one under this one too. So we're going to add a row below, and we're going to say Yeah. Good category. And right down there goes Maple Shade. I mean, quote-unquote Firestar. And yeah, actually I'm separating the Leaf Stars after I spent so long looking for the other one. This Misty Star. Where's the Misty Star? Yeah, no. Get down here, Misty Star. And that Fading Echoes. Not great. The Sunrise. Really not great. It's like they're okay, but they're just not, you know, they're not. Yeah, Maple Shade. Sit next to Maple Shade, please. Leaf Pool's Wish. But it's just the portrait that I don't like. Let's see. I'm taking another look at Up the Nose of Blue Star and thinking, that should probably be down in really bad cover and not normal bad cover. Likewise, this other Blue Star can go up one. Squirrel Flight's, like, also has that, like, empty Muppet body going on and doesn't look good there. But she's already in bad cover. What more could I do? We've got all these Maple Shades. We've got a Maple Shade here, a Maple Shade here. Just extra Maple Shades to go on our Maple Shade pile. But, yeah, no, I think that by and large there is a best cover in Warrior Cats, and it's the first battle. The cat on the head looks a little bit kittenish, but I really, really like this art in the background. It looks good. Likewise, we've got Sunset, which is just, it's eye-catching, it's fantastic. Matches the background, which is great. And some of the backgrounds don't do that, and some of them do, but that one in particular looks really fantastic next to each other. And, like, the colors on the first battle is really what I'm looking at. And the colors on Sunset, the colors on Starlight, you know? They're contrasting, they look appealing, they're catching your attention. And, like, this one looks good, and I don't know why. I don't know why this one, I see this and I go, yeah, that's a fantastic looking cover. And everything else in its set is not even close to it. I favor the cuter cats. I favor the cats with bigger eyes, the cats with more, not necessarily like kittenish features, but cats who look a little bit softer, cats who look like I could pet them, and that's definitely the case for most of these. You know what? These guys, I'm gonna actually move these guys down. They're not terribly good looking, and I don't like this Tall Star. I changed my mind, and again, like Twilight, I don't like this crow feather at all. I see this crow feather and I go, ew. He looks lumpy and lopsided, and like he's got bones here but not bones here, but that background is so good that it doesn't even matter. Like, I see that background and I say, yeah, that's one of the best covers in Warrior Cats just because of the backing element. Likewise, these other guys, like, Sunrise has a terrible back. Not as bad as Long Shadows, wherever I put that, but it's very, very empty, very desolate looking, and it doesn't look like it's winter either. It looks kind of like it's in the middle of a desert, which is a bit confusing. And these guys, they've got really good backs, but their heads are all distant, vacant. So it's definitely hard to say. I think that a lot of the covers, that the new guys' covers that have side profiles of cats, or cats at like angles where their heads aren't too close to the screen, I think they're the better covers by the new guy, as opposed to the ones where the cats are looking face on, which often look a bit gross. Overall, I think the new covers are definitely worse than the old covers by and large, and the old covers could look a little bit strange sometimes, like Thunder Rising, which might be, it just might have one of the worst cat portraits by the old guy ever. If you look at these things, like, a lot of the scarier looking ones, a lot of the creepier looking faces are definitely the new covers and not the old ones. But this is just my opinion, and if you disagree with me or think that, like, the cutest cover in the entire thing is the site, right? I'm not gonna say, oh, that's wrong, you're wrong, you know, because this is just all about my aesthetic tastes, not anybody else's. So that's how I feel about various Warrior Cats blah 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 blah. That's how I feel about various Warrior Cats cover arts. Goodbye for now.